Tov, good morning. Today is Friday, March 29th, Erev Shabbat, Parshat Tzav, and Parshat Parah, the special reading of Parah. One of the lines in the Parsha that captures our attention is a discussion about the fire that needed to be on the altar. The Torah says, Eish tamid tukad al hamizbeach, lo tivke. You should have a continuous fire, an eternal fire that is there burning on the altar. Lo tichbe. You should not let it go out, or don't put it out and don't let it go out. So we have two statements in the Yerushalmi. One says, "Eish tamid afilu b'Shabbat." It has to be burning even on Shabbos. Tamid afilu b'tum'ah. It should be burning even in a state of ritual impurity. We're not going to dive too far into that. Lo tichbe goes on to say, Lo tichbe af b'masaot. You shouldn't put it out even when you're journeying. How can that be? You journey with the fire that doesn't go out. So I guess we imagine in our mind's eye like the Olympic flame, which is carried forth across the world. I don't know exactly what happens with that Olympic flame. They give us the impression that's always going on. When they take it on a plane, I just don't know exactly. But this flame, as they move through the desert, Mahayu Osimla, what do they do for it? B'shat Masaot, when they were journeying, Hayu Kofina la Psachtar, they would put some type of cover over it that would protect it. Probably give it enough oxygen, but not let it blow out. So the fire has to be ongoing in all circumstances, in all times, in all states, and in all places. That's what we have. That's what we're being told. And tells you something about, what are the fire in our kishkas. What fire lives inside of each of us. And what do we do to ensure that it keeps burning? That's just a question I put out to you, and to wonder and to ask yourself too. Is there a fire burning? Is it too low? Are there some embers, or is it burning hot? Do I need to strengthen it and give it more fuel to burn as it should? Those are really important questions that we turn and ask ourselves. And this week, as actually a colleague of mine suggested that this teaching might have relevance for this week specifically regarding Senator Joseph Lieberman of blessed memory, who passed away. Funeral's happening on this day, on Friday. And the suggestion is that's the kind of person he is. He didn't give off the sense of, firebrand, but the fire of Judaism was with him in all ways, in all situations of success, even situations of setbacks. We know some of the great setbacks in his political career and for this country, for him in that moment. A man who took his Judaism with him wherever he went, and afilu b'Shabbos, right? Afilu b'Shabbos, those stories that we heard and that we know of, and that he's written about, what he would do. When he lived in Washington, and if there was a necessary vote, how he would he walked the long distance from his home to be there for the vote. But he would not. He wasn't traveling otherwise for that, and he would travel by foot and not desecrate the Shabbos, even for the highest duties that a person has in this country. The awareness of who he was, and not just then for ritual life, but for the moral rectitude of which people have associated with him. These are the essential fires of the altar that burned within him. And that's a model for all of us, to ask ourselves once more, what burns, what needs to be kindled further, and how we keep that burning and going in our lives. Let his memory be a blessing for us in this way, and we remember him fondly and as a teacher for all of our people. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom.